The 1930 United States 5-cent coin, commonly known as the Buffalo nickel, is one of the most admired and historically important coins in American history. Issued during a time of economic hardship and social change, this coin represents both the artistic spirit and the national identity of the United States in the early 20th century. The coin was officially called the Indian head nickel, but it became popularly known as the Buffalo nickel because of the large American bison shown on its reverse side. The 1930 issue belongs to the final years of the Buffalo nickel series, which was minted from 1913 to 1938. The history of the 1930 Buffalo nickel is deeply connected to the culture, politics, economy, and artistic ambitions of the United States. It reflects America's desire to celebrate its frontier heritage and Native American culture, while also presenting a distinctly American design, unlike the classical European styles used on earlier coins. Understanding this coin requires examining the events that led to its creation, the life of its designer, the economic conditions of the 1930s, the minting process, and the coin's place in modern numismatic collections. Origins of the Buffalo nickel. Before the Buffalo nickel was introduced, the United States 5-cent coin featured the Liberty head design, often called the V-nickel, which had circulated since 1883. By the early 20th century, many Americans believed that United States coinage lacked artistic beauty. President Theodore Roosevelt strongly supported improving American coin design. Roosevelt believed that the nation's money should reflect the greatness of the country and commissioned several famous artists to redesign American coins. This movement became known as the Renaissance of American coinage. During this period, sculptors and artists were invited to replace old coin designs with more artistic and symbolic images. As part of this effort, sculptor James Earle Fraser was selected to redesign the 5-cent coin. Fraser was born in Minnesota in 1876 and grew up in the American frontier region. During his childhood, he witnessed the closing years of the American West and had contact with Native American communities. These experiences strongly influenced his artistic vision. Fraser wanted to create a coin that honored the Native American people and the disappearing frontier culture of the United States. The Buffalo nickel was first released in 1913. Its design immediately attracted attention because it was dramatically different from previous American coins. Instead of featuring symbols derived from European traditions, Fraser used images closely associated with the American West. Design of the coin. The obverse side of the Buffalo nickel shows the profile of a Native American man. Fraser explained that the portrait was not based on a single individual, but was a composite created from several Native American chiefs he had met. Among those believed to have influenced the design were Iron Tail, Two Moons, and Big Tree. The image presents strength, dignity, and realism rather than the idealized style common in earlier coinage. The word Liberty appears on the right side of the portrait, while the year 1930 appears near the bottom. The artist's initial F for Fraser is also included on the design. The reverse side features an American bison, commonly called a buffalo in the United States. Fraser reportedly used a bison named Black Diamond as inspiration, although historians continue to debate the exact model. The animal stands on a mound with the words United States of America and E pluribus unum above it. Below the buffalo appears the denomination 5 cents. The buffalo image symbolized the American frontier, independence, and natural strength. During the late 19th century, bison populations had nearly been destroyed due to overhunting and westward expansion. Including the animal on the coin represented both national pride and a recognition of the fading frontier era. Historical background of 1930. The year 1930 was one of the most difficult periods in American economic history. In October 1929, the United States stock market crashed, leading to the beginning of the Great Depression. Businesses failed, banks collapsed, and millions of Americans lost their jobs. By 1930, the economic crisis was spreading throughout the country. Although the Buffalo nickel had already been in circulation for many years, the 1930 issue became part of this dramatic historical period. Coins minted during the early years of the Great Depression circulated heavily because people relied on small-denomination money for everyday purchases. A nickel could buy food, transportation, or basic household items during that time. The economic difficulties also affected coin production. Demand for coins often changed depending on business activity and public spending. Despite the Depression, the United States Mint continued producing Buffalo nickels for circulation because 5-cent coins remained essential for commerce. The 1930 Buffalo nickel, therefore, represents a nation struggling through economic hardship while maintaining its traditions and institutions. Minting locations. The 1930 Buffalo nickel was produced at 2 United States Mint facilities. United States Mint Facility in Philadelphia. United States Mint Facility in San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia carried no mint mark, while coins minted in San Francisco displayed the letter S beneath the denomination on the reverse side. The Philadelphia Mint produced a large quantity of Buffalo nickels in 1930, while the San Francisco Mint produced fewer examples. Because of this smaller production, the 1930 Buffalo nickel is generally more valuable among collectors today, especially in high grades. The Denver Mint did not produce Buffalo nickels in 1930. Coin specifications. The 1930 Buffalo nickel has the following specifications. Denomination: 5 cents. Composition: 75% copper and 25% nickel. Weight: 5 grams. Diameter: 21.2 millimeters. Edge plane. Shape: round. The copper-nickel alloy made the coin durable enough for circulation. However, Buffalo nickels are known for wearing down quickly in heavily used condition. The raised date and design details often became faint after years of handling. Challenges in production. Although the Buffalo nickel was admired for its beauty, it caused problems for the mint. The detailed design wore down rapidly in circulation, making dates difficult to read. Vending machine companies also complained because the coin's uneven surfaces interfered with mechanical devices. The first Buffalo nickels issued in 1913 showed the buffalo standing on a raised mound. This design caused the denomination 5 cents to wear away too quickly. Later in 1913, the mint modified the reverse design by placing the denomination in a recessed area to protect it from wear. By 1930, the Buffalo nickel design still suffered from durability issues. Many coins entered circulation and quickly lost detail, especially around the buffalo's horn and the Native Americans' hair braid. Today, collectors pay special attention to coins with sharp details because they are less common. The Buffalo nickel is widely considered one of the greatest achievements in American coin art. Unlike earlier designs inspired by ancient Greece and Rome, Fraser's work reflected uniquely American themes. The Native American portrait and buffalo image captured the spirit of the frontier and the history of the continent. Art historians praise the realism and emotional power of the design. The coin presents Native Americans with dignity and individuality, rather than as abstract symbols. Similarly, the buffalo appears strong and natural rather than decorative. The Buffalo nickel became a symbol of American identity during the 20th century. Even after the coin was discontinued, its imagery continued influencing American culture. The design has appeared on commemorative medals, collector coins, and modern bullion pieces. Native American representation. One important aspect of the Buffalo nickel's history involves its representation of Native Americans. During the early 20th century, Native Americans often faced discrimination, poverty, and government policies aimed at forced assimilation. Fraser's decision to place a Native American portrait on circulating coinage was significant because it publicly recognized indigenous people as part of American national identity. However, modern historians also discuss the complexities of this representation. While the coin honored Native Americans symbolically, many Native communities continued experiencing social and political injustice during the same period. Despite these contradictions, the buffalo nickel remains one of the earliest examples of Native American imagery appearing prominently on United States currency. The buffalo as an American symbol. The buffalo shown on the reverse side also carries deep historical meaning. The American bison once roamed the Great Plains in enormous numbers and played a central role in the lives of many Native American tribes. By the late 19th century, commercial hunting nearly drove the species to extinction. When Fraser designed the coin, the buffalo had become a symbol of the disappearing frontier. The image reminded Americans of the country's Western heritage and the importance of wildlife conservation. In later decades, conservation programs helped restore bison populations in protected areas such as Yellowstone National Park. Today, the buffalo remains one of the national symbols of the United States. Circulation during the Great Depression. The 1930 buffalo nickel circulated during a period when every coin mattered economically. Many Americans survived on extremely limited incomes. Small denomination coins were heavily used in daily life for purchasing bread, milk, newspapers, or public transportation. Because of intense circulation, many 1930 nickels became heavily worn. High-quality examples are therefore especially valued by collectors today. The coin also circulated during a time of social change. Americans were adapting to urbanization, industrialization, and modern technology, while still holding strong memories of the frontier era represented on the coin. Collecting the 1930 buffalo nickel. Coin collecting, also called numismatics, became increasingly popular during the 20th century. The buffalo nickel series attracted collectors because of its artistic beauty and historical significance. Collectors evaluate 1930 buffalo nickels according to several factors. Condition or grade is extremely important. Coins with clear dates, strong details, and minimal wear are more valuable. Uncirculated examples with original mint luster are especially desirable. Mint mark. The 1930 buffalo nickel from San Francisco is scarcer than the Philadelphia issue and usually commands higher prices. Strike quality. Some buffalo nickels were weakly struck during minting, meaning certain details did not appear fully. Collectors prefer sharply struck examples showing complete detail in the buffalo's horn and the Native American portrait. Surface preservation. Coins with minimal scratches, corrosion, or discoloration are more valuable. The end of the buffalo nickel series. The buffalo nickel remained in production until 1938. Under United States law, coin designs could generally be changed after 25 years without requiring congressional approval. Since the buffalo nickel had been used since 1913, the mint was legally permitted to replace it in 1938. The new design introduced that year featured Thomas Jefferson and became known as the Jefferson nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the new coin showed Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. Although the Jefferson nickel replaced the buffalo nickel in circulation, many Americans missed Fraser's design. Over time, the buffalo nickel became increasingly admired as a masterpiece of American coinage. Influence on later coins. The buffalo nickel continued influencing coin design long after production ended. In 2001, the United States Mint released a commemorative silver dollar honoring the Smithsonian Institution that included imagery inspired by Fraser's buffalo design. In 2006, the Mint introduced the American Buffalo Gold Bullion coin. This modern investment coin directly reused Fraser's original buffalo nickel design. demonstrating its enduring popularity and artistic importance. Today, the Buffalo nickel is recognized internationally as one of the finest coin designs ever created. Rarity and value today. The value of a 1930 Buffalo nickel depends on condition and rarity. Common circulated examples may be affordable, while rare uncirculated coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The 1930 S issue is especially sought after in high grades because relatively few were preserved carefully. Coins certified by professional grading services often command higher market values. Collectors also look for coins with full horn details on the buffalo, indicating minimal wear, counterfeits, and alterations. Because valuable buffalo nickels can sell for high prices, counterfeit and altered examples exist. Some individuals modify dates or mint marks to imitate rarer coins. Professional grading services help authenticate coins and protect collectors from fraud. Genuine 1930 Buffalo nickels display characteristic details in the lettering, portrait, and buffalo image. Cultural legacy. The Buffalo nickel occupies a special place in American culture. Its imagery appears in books, films, museums, and educational materials discussing the American West. Many people who know little about coin collecting still recognize the Buffalo nickel because of its iconic appearance. The coin represents a combination of art, history, and national memory. It connects Americans to themes such as frontier life, Native American heritage, wildlife conservation, and economic survival during the Great Depression. Museums and historical collections throughout the United States display Buffalo nickels as examples of important American design. Numismatic scholars continue studying the series because of its artistic and historical significance. Economic symbolism. The 1930 Buffalo nickel also symbolizes the resilience of ordinary Americans during difficult economic times. During the Great Depression, small coins carried great practical importance. A single nickel could purchase basic necessities, and millions of these coins passed through countless hands each day. This practical role gives the 1930 issue special emotional meaning. It was not merely a collectible object, but part of the daily struggle and survival of American families during one of the nation's hardest decades. The 1930 United States 5-cent coin, known as the Buffalo nickel, is far more than a simple piece of currency. It is a historical artifact representing the artistic ambitions, cultural identity, and economic realities of early 20th century America. Designed by James Earle Fraser during the Renaissance of American coinage, the Buffalo nickel celebrated uniquely American themes through its powerful images of a Native American portrait and an American buffalo. The 1930 issue circulated during the beginning of the Great Depression, a time when small denomination coins played a critical role in everyday life. Although the coin faced practical challenges because its design wore down easily, its artistic success made it one of the most beloved coins in United States history. Collectors today continue searching for well-preserved examples, especially the scarce 1930 S issue. The Buffalo nickel's legacy extends beyond numismatics. It remains a symbol of the American frontier, Native American heritage, and the nation's cultural history. More than 90 years after its release, the 1930 Buffalo nickel continues to inspire admiration for its beauty, symbolism, and connection to a transformative period in American history.